Okay, so I built this selfie stick with a piece that I found for a couple of bucks in the supermarket. It's meant to clip onto the vents on your car. I removed that piece and then I put it on my walking stick that I carry on my morning walks, and it gives me all the features. Right? So now I have a monopod, I have a selfie stick, but that's not what I'm here to talk to you about. While I was doing this the other day, upstairs talking to the wife, it came about that not everybody necessarily understands how to use electrical tape. Now, electrical tape was around and in heavy use long before red green put duct tape on the map. I like to buy it like this in a sleeve, we call that. And I think that the big misunderstanding people could have with electrical tape is it doesn't really work like masking tape or duct tape. You can't just take a piece and stick it on something it likes to be stretched. So it likes to be stretched usually around wires and stuff in its normal mundane use. But once you know how to use this stuff, look at this. Like, that is beautiful. And that takes minutes. And that, like, I'm not the least bit concerned about losing my phone off the end of this thing. You have a very difficult time even finding where I ended this because of the way it's applied. So that's something that my father taught me when I was like 10 years old. And when I was talking to the wife the other day, it occurred to us that perhaps not everybody's father taught them this particular thing. I can't imagine why. But just in case your father maybe didn't, I'm going to give you a quick lesson on how to use this stuff, because once you know how to use it, you really won't want to be without it. I'll just get the end of it going here. Okay. So if you treat electrical tape just like any other tape, and you just want to take off a piece and stick it on something, it doesn't work very well. And people may have experienced lots of disappointment using it that way. That's because your dad didn't show you how to use it properly. So I'm going to show you what your dad didn't show you. Electrical tape has to be stretched, and it prefers if you don't touch this piece at all with anything, particularly your fingers. Sometimes that's more difficult than others. It's the final wraps that really matter. If I just get this started on here. This, by the way, is an old one. I was using this on my stick beforehand, but it didn't have all this nice swivel feature. So I changed it the other day. So I'm just going to put it on the stick down here just so you can see how that was done. So I'm going to put my thumb on the tape, right? And then I'm just going to bring the roll around. And as I do, I'm going to just stretch the tape ever so slightly. Maybe I shouldn't say ever so slightly, more aggressively than maybe that sounded like. Come around here. All the time, holding a slight tension on it. Okay. You see how it's stretching and stretching. Right. It's best if you can leave it on the roll like this, because then your fingers don't mess with it. So then when you want to finish a wrap, just kind of pull it till it breaks. So of course this was just a temporary job, but if you use electrical tape that way, you get a job like this. And that's going to last easily the entire summer walking season, and probably going to last me for years. I can redo that. One of the things you can do with electrical tape, this is electrical tape level A. If you have a nice roll of mechanics wire or hay wire, or even that stainless steel wire that holds up the T-bar ceiling, you could tie that on. I've even done it where something simple like this, where there's no weight involved, even with like a twist tie, a plastic coated twist tie. You put that wire on there first and then do this part second, and you're going to find that's going to make you reach for the duct tape considerably less. I love duct tape too. Don't get me wrong. I'm not slacking red green in any way, but there is other products out there that have other specialties. You could not do a beautiful job like that with duct tape, electrical tape. It's the things your dad didn't teach you. Just saying.